Hello everyone and welcome to StephenMail. This is the first episode of what we're calling StephenMail. Basically what we decided to do, and well really what you guys decided to do because we read your comments and you guys suggested this, we were getting so much mail that instead of reading it on the vlog, which I mean some people enjoy it but some people are like, I'd rather watch you do stuff even if it's just eat pizza and talk about the current issues of the day. A lot of people want it in a separate video. So we're doing it in a separate video, so the people that want to watch the mail can watch the mail. People that don't want to watch the mail don't have to watch the mail. So without further ado, let's open some mail. Now to be fair, there's a lot of mail. Like this is a lot of mail, and this is only in like the last week or so. So I'm going to start opening mail and try to get through as much of it as I can, and just kind of see how long it takes, because if it takes too long then I don't know, I'll probably split it up into multiple videos or something, or just open some of it next time. And as far as like the frequency of these videos, I have no idea. I really don't. It will probably be either once a week or once we have like 5 letters or so, but we have like 11 or 12, so that's a lot. The first letter comes from Margaret in Denver, Colorado. And Mal is here as well, but she's busy, so if I need her, I will get her. Dear Stephen George, my name is Justin. I live in Denver, Colorado, and I'm a huge fan of Stephen Plays and Stephen Vlog. I've been watching, like a lot of people, since the Chugga Conroy videos and Demo Fridays. I found those videos hilarious, especially with Sonic Next Gen. Oh my god, that was painful. Well, the main reason I wanted to write this is because I need help. Because of you, Chugga, and Mal, I became a Let's Player. I'm currently starting with Leaf Green, and like others, can't wait for you to do Leaf Green. The thing is, I had to resort to emulators to do it. And later in my LP career, if you will, I want to do games on my TV, but I don't know how. If you please tell me how, I'd appreciate it. I doubt you will, though. Why wouldn't I? I'm already talking to you. If you do, though, could you please go over to my YouTube channel and tell me what you think? If you say it sucks, I won't be surprised, considering it feels like I'm the only person who still loves Nintendo. Actually, that's a really weird comment, because to me, it feels like almost every Let's Player only does Nintendo games. I mean, at least in the TGS network. In the TGS network, all of the major LPers almost do Nintendo games exclusively, and that's how it feels like to me. So for you to say that you're the only person who still loves Nintendo comes across very odd to me, because it feels like everybody loves Nintendo. I'm not gonna say but me, but I like things other than Nintendo. I like Nintendo and other stuff. Anyway, I also have some questions. Number 1, Mal and Steven, what would you say is your all-time favorite video games? Mine is Skyward Sword. Mine is Earthbound, and I know for a fact that Mallory's is Mother 3. So Mother 2, Mother 3. Number 2, Mal, what is your favorite Sonic game? She's over there going, and I don't think she's going, peace bro, 2, Sonic 2. Mal actually, I don't think Mal's ever played Sonic 3 at all.
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yes.
You liar. You have not. Have you really?
Uh-huh.
When did you play Sonic 3?
Nicole had it.
Nicole had Sonic 3. But you've never played Sonic 1, have you?
Yes, I have. It was on 6-pack.
Okay, so she has played Sonic 1 and 3.
Haven't beaten them.
She's never beaten them, but she grew up with Sonic 2. That's the one she liked. To be fair, Sonic 2 is really good. Number 3, Steven, is Haunter at all good? The Pokemon? Sure, he's great. Now don't worry, I'm almost done. For both of you, cherish your love. There are some people who will never get married because they feel they don't deserve it, also known as me. But no matter what happens, just remember that you have someone to wake up next to each morning. Oh yeah, and when you get the chance, please tell Rocco the Cat, Mao, and Chugga Conroy I said hello. I included some drawings for a game idea, and if they're bad, it's no surprise. Well, thank you for reading, and I hope this can be on the vlog. Thank you and good night. Your biggest fan, the Jzilla Marita. Well, I have to let you know, you are beating yourself up far too much. You say something and then immediately like, but I suck. So you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. People need more confidence these days. I think that's seriously a huge problem with this generation. I've talked to a lot of people who are like, you know, I could do this, but I'm just terrible. It seems like people are like one way or the other now. They're either that way, or the extreme opposite, where they're like, I'm the best there ever was at everything. And it's like, no, you're not. I don't know what it is with that. It's like back and forth. Anyway, referring to your question earlier, I actually just did a vlog day about my setup. So you can watch that, and that should explain things. And let's take a look here. Nintendo versus Capcom. We have Link versus Strider Hinyu. Hinru? I don't know. I have no idea who that is. Is that bad? I don't know. I do not know Capcom stuff. Oh, hey, look. There we go. Sorry, I can see the TV behind me. I've never done this with this is weird for me. So I can show this. There we go. Okay, now we're good. We're good. We're good. It's like a mirror. This is neat. I like this. And then we have more Nintendo versus... Okay, so I know who Ryu is. At least I know who Ryu is. He does Hadouken. Mega Man versus Samus Aran. I'd say I'd almost be surprised if Mega Man wasn't in the next Smash Brothers game. It'd be cool if he was. And finally, if I'm not mistaken, there are some drawings. It might be hard for you guys to see, but it's me and Mao and him and a Pikachu. Probably too difficult to see, and I will get out of focus. They don't work very well. Anyway, thank you, Jayzilla, for the letter. We'll put some of your fan art up on the board. We're going to move on to the next letter because opening letters takes time, and there's a lot of letters, and they keep coming in. The next letter is from Darion in Bronx, New York. So let's open up this letter and see what is inside. Dear Stephen, I'll start off by saying that I am in lesbians with your vlog. I cannot stop watching it. I started watching your vlogs back in June because of your LP channel, which I found on Chugga Connor's channel page. Like many others, I'm also taking the journey. I'm between days 450 and 500 in your vlog. As for your LPs, they are amazing, especially your Half-Life 2 LP, which inspired me to buy the orange box. Good purchase decision. My favorite part of that LP is when you screamed, "I am a man," while shooting a Combine soldier. Other than that, all I have to say is keep doing what you're doing. I can't wait for your Pokemon Leaf Green LP. There's a piece of art accompanying this letter, and have you considered making a video on how to play a guitar? Thank you for reading this letter, and let's meet back when I write another letter, shall we? Sincerely, Darion, aka OJ Ninja 116 on YouTube. Well, thank you very much, Darion, and Darion does include arts. Sonic's face. You guys can see that all right? Sonic's face. Anyway, have I considered making a video on playing guitar? I think the problem is I can show chords. I can show you how to play chords, and I can teach you sort of how to strum, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how good of a guitar teacher I would be, although I did teach Mallory fairly quickly. I don't know. It might be kind of fun to do that sometime. It's something I would definitely consider. Anyway, I appreciate your letter and your art. We'll go up on the board. We're going to keep moving on to Sunny in Kissimmee, Florida. It's funny because in Kissimmee, it's sunny. You get that? It's like the sun. Hey there, Stephen and Mal. My name is Sunny. I'm 13 years old and I make anime/manga reviews. Stephen, I recently discovered you because of that one vlog with Emil, and I said, well, that was amazing. I was, of course, talking about Emil's face, but the video was good too. Just the other day, I remembered an old video I saw a while ago called Bring Lucas to America, and when I watched it, I was like, oh my god, that's Stephen. So that brings me to my first question. How do you pronounce the name of your old channel? My old channel is simply XFISJMG1. It was an old internet moniker I had, but I'm trying to lose it. Okay, now time for my second question. What made you want to vlog? I've explained it before, but the easiest explanation for this is just because I saw some of them on the internet and was like, hey, I could do that too. So I did. And third question. To anyone who would want to start vlogging, what's your advice? Stick with it. Most definitely stick with it, but also don't set your bar so high that you can't handle it. For me, I was going through a time in my life where I could afford to, at least attempt, to do a daily vlog. If you can't do a daily vlog, don't try to do a daily vlog because it will like drive you insane. Instead, do one every week, do one every month. People do that. Maybe film a little bit each day and do it at the end of the month. There's another YouTube user, Phase on Chaos, who took that advice from Alex, because Alex is the one that came up with that, and he did it successfully for an entire year. He actually vlogged a little bit each day and then made a video at the end of the month, so it's something to consider. Anyway, thank you for reading and have a wonderful day. Sunny Nicholas 98. Well, Sunny, I do appreciate the letter, and I hope that I answered your questions the best I could. I know that I've answered the starting the vlog thing before and probably a Q&A, and there's probably like a more sophisticated answer, a more in-depth answer if you go back and watch whatever Q&A that was. But we do have to keep moving. Let's open at least, how many more letters can we get through? 2? Let's try to get through 2 more. The next letter is from Stephanie in Roselle, New Jersey. As I opened the envelope, these fill out. Little paper cranes. Little origami cranes. Crane, crane, crane. That's the sound that the crane makes. Crane, crane. The crane also goes, but that's the machinery. Dear Stephen and Mal, yay, I wrote the letter. And then there's a picture of a happy kitty face. And I know it's a happy kitty face because there's an arrow that says happy kitty face. Hello, my name is Stephanie. I have been a fan for not too long. However, I think I watched about a third of the vlogs, most of the Portal 2 co-op, and most of the memorable moments. So I think that makes up for it? Yeah, I'd say so. I love watching the vlogs because of you two. I love that you two are not just adults in the adult world, but also children at heart. You two are goofy, sometimes hyper, and very cheerful. I have 2 questions, one for each of you. Steven, what video editing program do you use? If you don't want to answer, that's cool. I ask because I would like to vlog, but I don't have an editor. It makes me sad. Well, Stephanie, I use Final Cut Pro 7 exclusively. I use Final Cut Pro 7 for pretty much everything. The only time I didn't use Final Cut Pro 7 was whenever my laptop died back in December and I was at my parents' house and I had to reformat my drive, and the only thing I had on me at the time was Adobe Premiere. And I've used Adobe Premiere, I've used Sony Vegas, I've used Avid Media Composer. I'm really familiar with all of them. I had to get familiar with them because of school, but Final Cut Pro 7 is my absolute favorite. You won't be able to buy that because they brought out version 10. Yes, they went from version 7 to 10. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But version 10 is actually way cheaper than version 7, so you should do fine. So if you have a Mac, go for it. If you have Windows, real easy program. It's not professional level program, but it's really good. It's Sony Vegas. So look into Sony Vegas if you have a Windows computer. Mal, when you do photography, what brand and model camera do you use? You don't have to answer that either if you don't want to. I love your photography and I also do photography, just not with a DSLR camera. I put some of them on my DeviantArt page whenever I remember. It's the same username as my YouTube, xrukiaxd. I am open to critiques if you do look it up. As I said at the beginning, Mal is over there, she's working on some stuff, but I can answer this one for her. She uses a Canon T2i. It's actually the same camera that I'm using right now to record this. Actually, whenever Mal was going to buy her camera, she was going to buy something a little lesser, and I said, if you get the Canon T2i, which is kind of like the next step up, if you get this, it has really great video, and I would love to utilize it. And I said, I will pay the difference in the camera if you get the T2i. She's like, okay. So I paid the difference, and now we have the T2i. It's a really good camera. I like it. And for the record, we're using a kit lens. The kit lens that came with the Canon T2i. We don't have any fancy lens. But we will, at some point. Maybe. To conclude this letter, I included stuff in the envelope. There are 2 origami cranes, one for each of you. I made a bunch of them as a way to learn and practice how to make them. I also included a card. It's kind of shiny. Send some food that you make my way. It looks so delicious. I wish you can send food. Until I write again, sincerely, Stephanie. Also known as xrukiaxd on YouTube. Stephanie, very much appreciate your letter, and I very much appreciate your cranes. Crane, crane! Brr. Won't make the same joke twice. And we have here a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's Shock Troops of the Ice Barrier. And it is in fact shiny. You can kind of get that effect. You see the shininess? Shiny. And there's one last note here that says, one last minute addition to the envelope. I'm not sure if you are familiar with memes, but here's one that was on my mind. Have I mentioned your videos are highly amusing? If not, your videos are highly amusing. Sincerely again, Stephanie. Oh, I'm looking at the TV and I'm like, oh, there's something on the back. We should take all of Steven's videos and make them all memorable moments. And it's Patrick Star from SpongeBob. I'm vaguely familiar with that meme. I'm pretty good on memes. I've seen this one like very few times, but I guess there's other ones that are more popular than this one. But yeah, that's awesome. Stephanie, once again, fantastic letter. I really appreciate the stuff. These probably will sit on my desk for a long time because people have sent in cranes before and they've sat on my desk for a long time. This will go up in the board and this will go up on the art board. So once again, very much appreciate it. Thank you. And we're going to open up one last letter for this first StephenMail episode. Dear Steven and Mal, long-time watcher, first-time writer, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I'm just joking. I've only been watching since day 827. Anyway, hi. I'm so glad that I'm finally writing to you. I am ashamed to say that I only subbed to see what Emil looked like in real life and didn't really care for your videos unless he was in them. Of course, even though I wish it didn't start that way, I'm glad it started regardless. I love your vlogs and Let's Plays. In fact, you're my top 5 favorite YouTubers, and I am homeschooled, so I watch a lot of YouTube in my free time. I can't give specifics on the list because it depends on my mood. I can say, though, that you only switch out with Chugga Conroy. He is either number 1 or number 2 on the list, and he only switches out with you, so you can see where I'm going with this. I also sent some drawings in the same envelope. I don't care if they are placed on the wall or not, I just want you and Mal to enjoy them. Each one will have an explanation on the back to help you understand each one. I will also put the date on when I made them. Same with this letter, so you know how much of a procrastinator I am. Sincerely, Robert, also known as Powder Lead. First off, Robert, thank you for the letter, and let's start checking out some art here. So now we have Sammy number 764, and on the back it says, this is a drawing of what Sammy you would be on if your Minecraft single player Let's Play was still going on. Ouch, that kind of burns. Man, if Mallory hadn't come along, all the dogs would be dead. But that's because I was so lonely without Mal that I had to have dogs. And then we have a picture here of, I guess it goes this way. There's a bunch of M's in boxes. This is what the graves of Sammy would look like if your Minecraft Let's Play was still going on, assuming you would have just kept as a wall. So that's just a huge wall of tombstones for Sammy. I'm getting blasted. We have a picture of a Pokemon. I know I've seen that Pokemon before, I just don't know his name. This is my mascot. He is just a regular Pokemon, no nickname or anything. Just in case you don't know, he is Snivy. A Snivy is the grass starter in black and white. I saw your vlog with the Pokemon figurines, and you said that there are some you could not name, so that's why I'm telling you this. I knew I had seen him before, but I just didn't know where. Then we have Stephen Vlog and Stephen Plays. And the Y, if you guys can see that there, is actually a console with 2 controllers hooked up to it. It says, these are some logos that I came up with. You don't have to use them, but if you want to, they are there. And on the last piece of paper it says, there was supposed to be a picture of me, you, and Mal fighting a creeper and zombies, but I'm out of practice and nothing came out right. So I scrapped it. Maybe I'll make it in the future, but for right now I can't draw it. Sorry. I think that's the first time I've ever gotten an art IOU, which is really funny to me. Like, it's literally like, hey, this was gonna be something, but then it wasn't something, so I just draw it later. That's really funny. Anyway, Robert, thank you so much for the letter, and for everyone who sent in a letter. Thank you. And you guys are going down in history as the first participants, unwillingly, of StephenMail. You guys are a part of StephenMail, and this is gonna be episode 1. I'm not gonna do any kind of day blah 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 blah. It's just going to be episode 1. This is episode 1. They will be numbered by episode, so you guys can easily reference them. There'll be a playlist where they will go or something like that. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. Mal might be joining me in future episodes, but she's just busy as of right now. There's still more mail to open, but I don't want these episodes to be super long. I have reason to believe that perhaps the mail will slow down a little bit and give us time to get the rest of these out. But if you joined us, and by us I mean me, good job, excellent, fantastic. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more mail. And as always, you guys can send in mail. Go over to the channel page. In the top right corner, there's an address. Get that address, send us stuff, and it will be opened on one of these mail days. And I think I'm gonna try to never open more than 5 letters at once. That may change, but I'm trying to keep this a manageable time for you guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.